procrastinating this video because I just keep sitting down and watching more YouTube videos instead of recording it. So I'm gonna actually sit down and record it, even though I do kind of feel like I have to pee. Hi world, it's me, Kale Postway Corsino, and it's been a minute since I recorded the last video. I actually got some comments in the last, I think it was the High World Love Caleb episode that I did, the most recent one, where there were people like, okay, I'm so invested, you need to do more. And I remember reading those comments while I was at work, and I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. And I showed my coworker, and I was like, this is so sweet. And then I never recorded another video. So here I am, and I feel like I'm being so fake right now. I feel like whenever the camera turns on, I act so fake. And I hate the way that I act, and it takes me like 5 minutes into a video before I start feeling like, okay, I'm sad into it. So give me that 5-minute grace period, thank you. And maybe you'll love what you see. I don't know. Anyway, so I should be recording a couple songs right now, actually. I have been working on an EP that I've been wanting to put out in September, since the beginning of September, and I already put out one of the singles, Good Morning Beverly, out right now. Go stream. Hi! And I, actually, let me put on Good Morning Beverly in the background, because I do find that with recording videos, it's something about the lack of sound is what really gets me, and the reason why I feel like I, get so anxious, because it's like a lot to just hear my voice. What was I playing? Good Morning Beverly? Yes. So, while I get this set up, let me talk about the premise of this video. So the premise of this video is that I should be working on an EP right now, but whenever I have things that I should be doing, music that I should be working on, I always want to work on other things. And so instead of working on that EP and recording that right now when I'm, while I am, also I want to make it very clear, my stutters are not for like joking purposes. I'm not the people that I'm not a millennial oh my god, I can't speak. No, I just often, my words are going way faster than my mouth. I can't figure out what the audio levels are on this, but I also don't want to stop and check, because I noticed that the more effort I put into these videos, the less likely that they're gonna ever come out, or that I'm ever gonna record other ones, because I'm like, well, that was way too much to do all that, so we're not gonna do it. I have this weird mix between wanting every experience that I have to be the best that it can be at every moment. Oh, I don't want to sit down and watch a TV show unless I have, a perfect snack and I'm in the perfect mood and, let's go. And because of that, I often don't do a lot of things because I'm like, well, it's not the perfect moment. It's never going to be the perfect moment. Just sit down and film, girly. I already have 20,000K. I love those TikToks. And as you can tell, I'm going a million miles per minute, because I'm a little bit nervous about being on camera, you guys. If I'm being completely honest, I've been recording videos since I was 11 or 12, and every time I take a long break between recording videos, I feel like I lose all my sauce. I also have a really bad lisp right now. I'm so sorry if you can hear that, or if you see spit going everywhere. But yeah, so the premise of this, actually, I don't know what I was talking about in the very beginning, but the premise of this video basically is that, oh, I remember. The premise of this video is that I have a lot of music that I make, and I have a lot of music that I want to make and I want to release, and that I already have sitting on this computer that could have been released forever ago, and I just never do, because I want everything to be as perfect as it can be. So I don't put out things and I don't experience things because I'm just too much of a perfectionist. You could call it perfectionism or OCD. I think it's both. Ta-da! And I actually have to pee. I'm gonna be right back. Give me 1 second. I think I messed up my angle somehow when I, ran away. So I do apologize about that. Let me pause this, because I'm gonna want to put different background music over this part. Here's the thing, I'm out of breath, sorry, give me 1 second. I tried to make a mad dash back. You know what, it was serving, you know when you're going to sleep and then you wake up in the middle of the night and you have to go to the bathroom, and you're rushing to get back to the bathroom, to your bed, to keep that sleep feeling, but by doing that, you raise your heart rate and then you're fully wide awake? That's kind of what I just did. Let me get a Pedialyte. That sounds like an ad for Pedialyte. Why do I keep saying Pedialyte? I mean whatever this is called. You guys, okay, my dog is barking. I keep calling this Pedialyte. This is not a Pedialyte. Pedialytes are for kids, I think. Where were we talking? Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, my perfectionism. So, like, I have a ton of unreleased songs on my laptop that are soft reset. I have a ton of unreleased songs on my laptop that are, like, pretty much playable and releasable by my standards and, like, by the time they were made standards. Mixing and things like that are really just it's not my thing, and I've really just come into my own opinion of, like, a lot of the music I listen to is not mixed well. A lot of the artists I listen to are, like, artists that don't really have many streams on Spotify, and the music kind of sounds bad, but in a way that I love it. And that's not me trying to be, like, I'm pretentious. That's not even me trying to be, like, pretentious and say that I listen to, like, the most unique music in the world. I just do listen to a lot of music like that because it's fun for me to seek out artists like that. So I don't know why I hold myself to the standard of having this perfect mixing and, like, this thing, because I don't even listen to that. I know why I do is because I know that I'm capable of it, and I want to be able to achieve it on my own, and prove that to myself. And every time that I don't, it starts to be like, oh my god, wait, what if I actually don't have talent and I actually am nowhere near as good as I think I am? So I have a ton of unreleased music, and I thought that it would be fun right now, today, instead of working on the EP that I should be working on since I'm home alone and I can record and there's going to be no music, like, the background noise. And I did some vocal warm-ups this morning and drank some throat coat tea. So, like, perfect day to be singing. You would be thinking that I'd be like, okay, let's record that EP that I'm supposed to be recording. No. I think that it would be fun if we sat down right now and listened to some of those unreleased songs, instrumentals, vocal tracks, whatever it may be, and just sit and vibe and chill. I'm already vibing, but vibe and chill. And I don't know, when I did this for the Project 1 EP back in whenever that was, I think it was April, before the release of On Hold, I just had so much fun sitting down and listening to music and just talking. And I think that's what people like with me. I've been told my whole life that, like, if I put in the effort and had the motivation, I could be, like, very famous on TikTok and stuff. I just, like, don't have it in me in, like, the most realist of ways. Not, like, I just can't do the TikTok thing. It's not that I'm above it. I don't think that way. It's that I'm, like, I actually physically can't be like, subscribe to my TikTok shop, run, don't walk. I can't do that. I don't have it in me. And, like, literally, power to the people that can. I'm so proud of all of you. Like, I really am. That's just not something that I'm able to do. So, instead, I think it would just be easier for me and more enjoyable for everyone else if I just sat down and rambled in whichever way my brain decides to go. I am 10 minutes into this video, and I've said not much about the topic of the video. But you know what? I'm going to find a way to edit this and make it so, like, esoteric and chill. Like, it's going to be so fun. Also, like, ignore my sorry, Floridian slip. Oh my god. Wait. A Floridian slip? I was trying to say a Freudian slip, and I said a Floridian slip. That is somehow so multi-layered because I'm a Floridian. Hold your biases. And a Freudian slip means you meant to say something else and you said something else. And I meant to say Freudian slip and I said Floridian slip. You guys, I actually am reinventing comedy just, like, one day at a time, and it's easy for me. It's easier for me than other people, I've noticed. But yeah, no, ignore my shirt. Like, the shirt that I'm wearing right now, it doesn't really have any sort of significance or really any meaning, like, it's not important. So ignore it, basically, is what I'm saying. It's weird that you're even zooming in right now just to look at it, even though I just told you it is weird. But people are going to do what they have to do, and I'm beautiful, so I don't really care if people zoom in on me because there's not many flaws that you could point out. Simply. Okay, so let's get into the music. I also didn't pre-pick these tracks ahead of time, so I am probably going to spend half this footage. Sorry, I am creating so much saliva because I am... yeah. And can you keep up? So, yes. let's go through the track. Where do I want to start from? Let's play just a chill track. I actually have some things I'm gonna do, i.e., take that cough drop, put on some chapstick, and move my phone around to get a drink of water because my phone is resting against my water bottle. So I'm gonna play just like a chill track that can be played in the background. This is called Incense, in parentheses, Dragon's Blood, off of the EP Germ by C613B, Caleb Postway Corsino, and Rowan Till Death, aka my best friend Rowan. I'm not gonna go really into detail about the EPs and everything like that because I do want there still to be like the fun of releasing stuff. But I also am not gonna shy away from like saying details of like names and things like that because they're not released. When they do get released, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, he talked about that. Like, for me, that's fun. I mean, in the frame of this video, there are so many references to albums and EPs that won't be coming out for years, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, like I just said, I'm gonna play this and do all those things. I really don't know when it comes to like audio how this is gonna sound. I might stop and take a second to hear it after this song, just how it's gonna sound sitting on this pillow from my laptop, but that's all like the gory details that you don't really care about, so I'm just waiting for my Logic Pro to load. I feel like when I'm taking customers at work and I'm waiting for something to pull up on the computer and I have to do that like you're like, you know the customer service thing? Shout out if you've ever worked customer service because people on TikTok recently are being insane. I'm not even gonna give my opinions, but the way that you are talking about like, yeah. The way that you guys are talking about these customer service workers is very telling, but that's all I'll say. But if you've ever worked retail service or food service or customer service, you know that like when you have a wait period or a beat or a break in between saying things with the customer, you have to fill the void so that way they don't think you're mad. Because even if you just sit there like, they're gonna be like, oh, you're so angry at me. So you have to do things, and I feel like that's what I just did. Anyway. I also might, for the parts, like, if I'm not talking, I might also just mute it and put the actual, like, file onto the... This doesn't matter to you, but I'm talking about it because I'm transparent. I hope this doesn't sound bad, you guys. The thing is, like, when I have this cough drop, it's not about to taste good because I have this electrolyte thing. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do to survive. And if anyone knows that, I know that. I just really like this song. Because there's not much going on, it's just you put it on and just like... I feel like the lo-fi girl right now with this frame sitting here. Also, this is a weird way for me to be laying if I want to like have a cute... Oh! Sorry, I don't want to show all that. But, oh! We will be blurring my feet. And by we, I do mean me. This is a one-man show. I feel like the lo-fi, just like the sitting here. I wish I had my big headphones on. Hashtag #1 bae in the world challenge. Post a video with that caption, just like that J-Lo. Do you guys know what J-Lo trend I'm talking about? Where like no one did the trend. This is what I'm serving. This is the lo-fi girl. My favorite part. And obviously, I'm gonna I'll talk once this is over. I'm serving like when people do the TikToks where they're like, and they're like trying to make their butt be shown. I'm not trying to. Mine's just so perfect that it's always in frame somehow. Okay, now that one's over, I'm just gonna play it again and I'm gonna run it. Once again, I don't need to be saying these things, but I'm just gonna play it again, run it back with like quieter so I still have something going on. But this is one of those songs that is like exclusively just samples and loops, things from like Splice and Looperman, and I honestly this year have been coming into different opinions when it comes to that and how much I use stuff like that. On one hand, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to use what I have. I'm going to use the resources I have because I don't know how to play a lot of instruments. I don't own a lot of these instruments and I don't have the money to provide this, the equipment, the resources, the people. Like, I don't have those things on me. I'm not going to have those things on me. So, but I also want to make music with those things. So I'm like, I should be able to use whatever I want. But on the other hand, I'm like, I actually shouldn't be doing this because now I'm not going to be able to put background music over this unless I match this exact to what it is now. And that's not going to be something I'm going to want to do because that's annoying. So well, now we're already in it. I might as well keep it going. We'll do it for the next one. Anyway, I feel that way one way, but I also feel like, if it's my music, how can I call it my music and say I love this song, I love my music, if it's so many different instruments and so many different parts that I'm not doing, I'm not providing? And I've really been struggling with that this year, especially just in the last couple months, because it's hard to feel proud of the work that I'm making if it's not fully mine. But on the other hand, I'm like, I do add a lot of synths and stuff like that are mine, and I do make them in a way that it's like, my brain is still my brain. People aren't going to have the perspective that I have. They might be able to have something similar to that, but it's always still going to be unique to me because it's my brain, my influences, and things like that. And I think that my influences do really shine in my music. I get told that a lot by my friends that listen to my music. So I do think that they still show, even though it's not my music. It's just hard for me to feel proud of that work and connect to that work fully when it's not mine. So I battle with that, and when it comes to tracks like these, they're more tracks that I just make for fun on the fly. You know, for the Mixed Media Boy C613B, that album had tracks that like were a lot majority just loops, but I would add a ton of synths and I would add a narrative and things like that to make it unique to me, and I think I did accomplish that. Whereas a track like this, it's kind of just the track itself. You know, I made this with the intentions of this being sung over. I just don't have that right now, and I don't know if I'm going to decide to keep that. So for now, it's just this beat. And I just don't know if it's enough of my own artistic vision to release and feel proud of right now, in the moment, as of September 2022. September 22nd, 2024. You know. Okay, that was enough on that song. Let's move on to another one. So, for the next... Give me 1 second. I gotta pee again. That's crazy. Let's play from a different universe entirely. So this is completely the opposite of what I just talked about, where it's mainly loops and hard for me to feel proud of. This is actually funny because I said this word earlier. This is a track called Esoteric, and this is all synth work and MIDI work by me, Caleb Play Cristino, aka C613B. The only thing I didn't do on here is the drums, because sometimes I don't feel like making my own drums, and sometimes you can just find really sick sounding drums on Splice. Sue me. You can. Thank you. So yeah, this is all by me. It's not the most, like, this isn't me being self-deprecating, but it's not the most... I'm looking for a phrase. I'm looking for a word. I'm searching. I'm looking for something. It's not the most... Where's my chapstick? It's not the most... It's not the most... It's not the most. Like, I guess that's where I'm gonna leave it. It's not the most, you don't gotta do a lot of thinking. There's not a lot going on. It's not super, developed. It's not very, like, every time there's a melody change. It's not like there's a ton of key changes. Like, a lot of parts repeat and things like that. It's very like, it's still very beginning synth MIDI. I'm still not great with a lot of things like that because I don't have a lot of musical training. In fact, any. So I'm starting from scratch in a lot of that, in a lot of those areas, so it's still not anything crazy, but yes, this is what it is. And before I actually play this, I want to say just my inspirations and stuff like that. With this one, I started making it and I heard this voice part right here. Where is it? Right here. As I was like trying to find instruments and melodies, I found this ARP. Like this synth, this, I don't need to explain the terms, but, because I don't really know them, but I found this. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is So Only You by the Flying Pickets. If you've ever heard that song, I first heard that song when I watched, I believe it's Fallen Angels. Yeah, by the director, who I always think it's Wong Kar-wai, but I'm pretty sure that's not the pronunciation. But you're gonna know who I'm talking about if I say that, if you're like an indie freak loser. So I don't need to explain myself very much. So it's very that, and it's very that soundtrack in general. It's also very The Chungking Express by the same director. Very that soundtrack as well. So that's why I call it esoteric, because I was like, oh my god, those movies, like, people think they're so unique for knowing them and like watching them, when it's like, you can be, but if you're going around being like, yes, I've seen Chungking Express, I am the coolest person ever, then it's like, oh, you just made me drop. I don't even need to know how I say about people like that, because that interaction just spoke it for me. Thank you. Now I'm gonna get on the ground like a gremlin and get my chapstick. Do you see how much you embarrass me by doing things like that? That's why I don't, okay, this is now a diss track song about freaking esoteric losers. Nothing else needs to be said. I'm hitting play. I look crazy. I just like saw myself in third person and I was like, whoa. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's not super incredible, but you get it. It's very low poly city, aka this drawing right up here. Drop it low, hey, hey. There's been so much feet showing on here. I need everyone to know the socks I'm wearing are clean. They just are stained because I wear them to work and stuff, and they're white. Like, don't be freaks and don't be weird. Thank you very much. Leave the freak weirdo behavior to me. Thank you. I have a license for it. Hey, hey. Okay. Ew. Dust. Oh, my system overloaded. You guys, one thing about having the MacBook, the mini one from 2020, and trying to make music on it with Logic Pro, one thing about it is that your system is going to overload no matter what. It is going to overload no matter how small the file, no matter how much it's charged, like, no matter what, it is going to overload. But I think mine's particularly, Jesus. My heart is still beating so fast, you guys. I got a CAT scan on my heart recently. I get the results, I think on Wednesday or Tuesday. Oh, beating so fast. Okay. Oh. That's the thumbnail chat. Give me a sec, you guys. I gotta... I recently added that part in. The like, when I found that loop, I was like, that is sickening. Oh my god, I'm like tired. Okay. I'm gonna lay down and talk about that one. Because that was track Overnight off the EP Cafe 13. I wanted that track basically to sound like if you slept overnight at a cafe, like you woke up in the middle of the night, or not really in the middle of the night, but you woke up at like 2 a.m. at this cafe that runs 24 hours. The audio in this video is going to be so bad. I don't care anymore. But like you woke up in this cafe, at like 3 a.m., and it's a 24-hour cafe. So there's still workers in there, and they're like cleaning, and there's like two people having this conversation, and you can hear the hum of the fridge that has like the water bottles and stuff in it, and you can hear like the like dishes clanking as they're like cleaning them and everything like that. And you just like wake up and you're like, how did I get here? But it's like chill and there's music playing, and I don't know, there's just something about, I don't know, I just really like that track. And once again, I'm talking about it as if it's something I made completely. That is like mainly loops. I'm not going to keep clarifying this because it's not worth my time to keep clarifying it after I just already spoke about it. But yeah. I just really like that one. I think I executed what I was going for very well. And yeah, it's very fun. It also sounds a lot like if you're wondering what I'm staring at, I'm looking at my window that's open. I'm looking at the trees and the cows and stuff. I live a very unique life. And it's very reminiscent of the Spirit Tea soundtrack. That's a game I found on the Switch. I was just like going through the eShop and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, like cute characters, like so cute. I thought you could romance the boys. You can't. Apparently they add that. They better, because I need to romance Milo. And what was the other one? Milo and Lay. I need to romance them because they're super adorable and sweet. But it's very similar to that soundtrack. There's an area in that game called Cafe Love, I believe. And it's very similar to that nighttime theme and things like that. I actually made this before I ever played that game. A lot of this EP, Cafe 13, spans back, like, even before the first project. It was like a lot of these tracks were made during that time, and I've just punched them up since then. And I was listening to it as I was like punching it up recently because I want to release it. And I was like, oh my god, this is so Spirit Tea soundtrack. Like, and I love that soundtrack. That warm feeling. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. And then when I drew the Good Morning Coverly Bever art, oh my god. Good Morning Beverly. Did I say Good Morning cover art? Bever art? What did I say? To be honest, this bandana is like squeezing my head so tightly, especially with the clips. But my hair doesn't look good with it down right now. We're working on it. And I mean me again. The royal we. But, sorry, that looks weird on camera. I just lay like this, but it doesn't look good on camera. We're gonna, just for safety. But where was I? I was drawing the Good Morning Beverly cover art, and I was coloring it in, and after I finished, I was like, this looks so Spirit Tea, and I did not mean for that. Like, it looks so much like it. I did not mean for it. It's like, obviously I was subconsciously inspired, but I just drew the drawing, and without the drawing, it doesn't look like it. It's just a cafe drawing. I think I have it behind me. It's right there. It's just a drawing. It's the coloring that made it look Spirit Tea, and it is very Spirit Tea coloring, and it definitely was like a subconscious inspired thing because I was playing it at the time. But like, I was not trying to copy, I swear. But when I finished that, I was like, this is so that, and Good Morning and Overnight is so that. I was like, uh-oh, that looks way too similar, but it was not intentional, I swear. So yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm sick of filming. I have been filming for 35 minutes, but I do want to play some more tracks, and at least one vocal track. I'm going to play one track right now, just to pivot because I just go to the bathroom. I know a lot of this has been, like, just listening to music and, like, vibing and talking, but that is the premise of the video, so if you've gotten this far and you don't like it, I do feel bad for you, not me. Simply. Oh my god, hey, so, I actually was in the middle of filming another song, and, my phone did run out of storage, and do you want to know why? Because since 2018, I have not gone through my camera roll to get rid of photos to make storage. Partially because I don't feel like going through it, and also because I have receipts in there that sometimes come up and I need those receipts. I am the receipt holder of old. They talk about me in a lot of scripture. So I need to make sure I still have those, so I've just not gone through, so I did run out of storage mid-filming. Uh-oh, my laptop is freaking out. Never mind, I'm back. So yeah, I just wanted to close out the video and say that I didn't get to record as many songs as I wanted, and I also didn't get to record a vocal song, so what if I did that right now, actually? Do I have any instrumentals I could sing over on my phone? Wait, you guys! In real time, you are getting a live, like, in real time performance to something, off the top of my head. Oh, okay. None of my files on my local files for Spotify are downloaded, except for Winning Me Over, which I'm not even gonna explain. I'm just gonna... I'll outro and I'll sing this as the outro. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I want to do another one of these again. And actually give helpful information and, like, actually explain the songs. So yeah, maybe I will see you again. And until next time, I'm just gonna sing you out. But I get the appeal. I don't get how I feel, but I know the tension is real. Why? Not asking anything crazy. Hear you say it aloud. I can't be the only one falling. You're winning me over. I wish I still hated your smile, but for you I'm a miles for no destination. I don't know what you're thinking, but I'll bask in the moment, like your lips in the sunset, like the waves crash, and then we met. I was gonna go somewhere else with that note, but I wanted to like really push for it. Oh, I'm falling. The trees embedded throughout all sway to the beat, lost in our fantasy, a never-ending daydream. I hate to admit it, but I'm filled with butterflies when we suddenly lock eyes and I lose my breath for the night. So what's next? We got off, we word out of our chest. I've noticed you started holding your breath. I've got some to spare, you can have the rest, boy. Alright, I'm going. I'm done. I'm out. See you next time. Love, Caleb. Bye. Oh, I thought I was done. Ooh. Da-da, da-da, oh. The name on everybody's lips is you're handing me over. I wish I still hated your smile. For you I go miles with no destination. If it's true, then just say it. I could replace the sunset. God, I hate to admit it, but you win